Good evening and welcome to the Whiskey Lovers Society with me, Gert Retief, and tonight, of course, Compass Box. Now, I've done quite a lot of Compass Box over the last couple of months, and I must admit, it is just fantastic. Easy drinking, easy sipping, fantastic, light, fresh, friendly whiskey. So, of course, I'm not home, doing a little bit of traveling here in sunny Africa, having a fantastic time, lovely place that I found to stay, super happy, nice swimming pool, really a treat. So if you ever thought you need to get away from everything, give Africa a try. Lovely people, wherever you go in Africa, you will always be welcome. But of course tonight, the whiskey, as a good little Boy Scout, I did bring my samples. A little bit difficult with the lighting. At least I got half a decent glass at the guest house where I'm staying. Fantastic place. So yeah, Compass Box, experimental grain, 46% ABV, non-chill filtered, natural color, and of course, as always, Compass Box give you all the information on what is in the bottle. Now, I did take a look myself out of pure curiosity. I know the information is there, easy to find. You just need to open up your website. This is what it looks like. There's a PDF that you can download on the experimental grain whiskey, and they give me a little bit of background information. So in this one, Loch Lomond. Now, I must also admit, I do love Loch Lomond. I've done quite a number of reviews on them. Always super excited. Even the peated ones are made for my little delicate palate. And in this one, they tell us 31% comes from Loch Lomond Distillery, second full bourbon barrels, single grain. That gives you a little bit of a pear, vanilla, and a little bit of a mossy smoke. Well, I'm not sure what mossy smoke is, but we will see quite soon if we get something like that. Then they also have the Cameron Bridge Distillery, recharged American oak hogshead, single grain, 14.5% of this whiskey comes from there. Spice, honey, toffee and orange, not bad for a taste. Then they also have the North Bridge Distillery, a North British Distillery, 36.5% recharged American oak barrel, single grain, pineapple, honeycomb and coconut. And the last one is the little blend from one of their core range, the Hedonism blended grain. 17.8% of this 100% will come from a second full bourbon barrel that gives you a little bit of a vanilla, toffee and a pastry cream. Quite interesting. Now, normally I would not look at the nosing and tasting notes that they suggest you will find. In this case, I'm going to do it a little bit different. I just couldn't help myself. And I've seen so many people also saying that sometimes the distillery gives a note that they cannot find. Something a little bit of a fairy tale when it comes to the nosing and tasting. Ooh, when I open it already, I can smell this lovely sweet smoke coming out. So I'm just going to pour half of it, wheat dram. It is natural color. If I can just show you quickly. Sorry about the lighting. Actually, the lighting is not that bad today. So nice, light golden color. And natural color, non-chill filtered, 46% ABV. So definitely ticking that boxes that so many people are talking about. Now, if I download the PDF here on my iPad and I see there's some information that they give me, And when I talk about the flavor profile, and they do play the fiddle a little bit, the appetizing aroma of contrast banana, toffee, mingled with soft, savory barbecue smokiness. Wow. Banana, that's something that I do pick up. There's definitely a banana note, but for me it's a little bit like a banana bread, freshly baked banana bread. And my son, 2 weeks ago, he discovered some overripe bananas in the house, and he made a fantastic banana bread. So if I go to the nose, I can still smell that little banana bread coming out, the sweetness of the banana bread. So definitely on this case, I do get a little bit of banana. Toffee note, not so much of a toffee note. There's a hint of a toffee. It's not an overly sweet whiskey, but again, it's a nice, light, friendly whiskey. And if I also add here, there's a hint of rum and a hint of raspberry. Now the rum I can definitely pick up. That sweet molasses, sugary type of rum. A little bit like a Mauritius rum. Maybe also a little bit of a Guyana, the El Dorado. There's that sugary, sweet rum note. So definitely picking up raspberries. Not the raspberries that I've tasted in my life. That alcohol at 46%. It is a no age statement whiskey, but there's definitely a strong alcohol note, but not a youthful alcohol note. There's not a lot of nail polish remover type of alcohol note. And then they say on the palate, a little bit of an oily palate, almonds, vanilla, and a little bit of a burnt pine cones developing. I'm not so sure about the burnt pine cones, but let's give it a taste. Cheers. That peat is there. It's a lovely sweet peat. It don't get the oiliness. Let me just try again. It gives me a little bit of a dry mouthfeel. It takes all the oily feeling away, leaves my mouth very dry. So I'm not so sure about that oily mouthfeel or oily palate, but I do get a lovely sweetness. I get that peatiness. I think they are a little bit correct. There is a little bit of a bacony note, a little bit of a savory note. It's definitely not a note that has got this iodine, the hint of iodine, maybe a hint of a rubber band, but it's very subtle. And for somebody like me that are not really big drinker of peated whiskey, I do like the lightness and the subtle sweetness of this one. Just one more try. Quite a dangerous one. There is 6,142 bottles made, so that's something that you can still buy. Just have a look online. Still available in Holland at the online stores, so not going to be that difficult to find one. And I think this is also one of the compass boxes that I would like to own and put on the bar. And my idea is to do a whole range lineup with just compass boxes, from the most expensive one to the least expensive one. Haven't found one that I have not liked. So definitely these guys are doing a fantastic job. They are creating something that's special. They're creating for me something that is drinkable, not this over the top whiskey. It is just a friendly one. Pour it, drink it, and just have a good time with that. So definitely a tick for a box. Not sure how much it will cost me for a full bottle. I think I paid like €4 or something for a 60 milliliter sample, so quite cheap. I will put here somewhere when I do the editing, taking out the coughs, and put it here over somewhere here that you can see how much I will pay in euro for it. So please keep that in mind when you tell me that that's cheap or that's expensive. Yeah, its prices is going to differ from country to country. Belgium, as an example, is always like 10-20% more expensive than in Holland, so I buy in Holland. But people in the US, my previous review, I paid about €32 for a bottle, and they were telling me, hey, that's not the budget whiskey that you're talking about, because we are paying up to $70 for that same bottle. Now, pure rip-off, I can tell you that. So prices are definitely going to differ from country to country. So that's me on the Compass Box experimental grain whiskey. Coffee still, oh my word, I can tell you, give it a try. Let me know in the comment which one should I still try, which one is your favorite Compass Box. And I see you next time. One more week here of holiday, and then I can go back to, well, a summer Belgium. See you next time. Cheers.